No.
Feel like I've been talking for the past. I've been pouring my heart out. All right.
I've been pouring my heart out to you guys, and we just realized we weren't even live.
You didn't tell me to press that button.
The heat just gets to you.
Oh.
Welcome to Amherst Live.
Woohoo.
I've been talking for like 10 minutes.
We're like, where is everybody?
Didn't know where everyone was. I'm like, well, I'll just keep chatting, and we'll see if anyone interacts. But yeah, now I'm gonna have to remember everything I just said. But yeah, I was on a roll. But anyway, welcome to Amherst Live this week. Sorry for the little hiccup there. I thought we had pressed that button, but maybe we didn't. Oh well. We're thankful that you're here tonight. This is our second to last Amherst Live. We're taking a break for the summer, and we'll be enjoying just the nice weather outside. Say hi in the chat. We're going to be using the YouTube chat tonight for a game we're going to play in a little bit. But so be writing right now in the YouTube chat if you can. If you can't use the YouTube chat, you can message Naomi Jewel Melanson on Facebook, and she can pass those answers along. But next week is our last Amherst Live, and we're going to be doing a special Canada Day edition where, we've been interviewing some kids and asking them questions about Canada, and so we're doing this thing called Are You Smarter Than an Amherst Kid? And we've been interviewing some adults. I hear Dwayne Pike might actually be one of them, and we're going to be interviewing them and asking them the same questions to see if they're smarter than an Amherst kid. I'm not. I got 4 of the 6 questions wrong, and which is pretty sad, I think. But yeah, I'm not smarter than an Amherst kid, so hopefully some of the other adults will do a little bit better than that. So that's going to be next week on Canada Day, but it's going to be about 9:30 in the morning that we're going to go live. We'll actually be live. This is not a joke. Like, we're not going to forget to press the button next week. But we'll be live at 9:30 a.m. on Canada Day. That way you can still have the rest of your day. You can still go out. You can still do things and have fun. It will only be about 45-minute show, but it's just kind of funny show to get your day started, your Canada Day started, with everything going on. So we're excited to be doing that. And yeah, sorry that we didn't go live right at the time. And but we're going to jump right into things. I'm going to share with you just a little bit about what Pastor Evan preached about on Sunday this past week. And we're going to bring these questions up on the screen, and you can see those. And these 3 questions were asked at the end of the sermon. He talked from Ezekiel about how God fights for those who need it. And I just kind of wanted to share my heart again. You didn't hear me the first time, but I'll share my heart with you. Hopefully I don't leave anything out. But man, it's a good thing I didn't cry or anything, because then I feel like I was forcing it the second time. But I also want to open up an invite to you that if you see these questions and you're like, you know what, I think people need to hear my answer to this question. You can call Jamin Bro Melanson on Facebook, but just make sure you let us know in the chat that that's going on. And you can call us and we can get you up on the screen, so you'll be live with me and we'll interact as that's going on. And you can kind of share your answer to the question. There's no pressure to do so. You don't have to, but we wanted to open that up to you tonight if you did want to. Or if you wanted to share and write it out in the chat, some of your answers to this question, we appreciate that as well. But we didn't just want this to be me. So for the second time tonight, I'm going to answer these questions. But this is the first time for you, second time for Naomi and I. But we're just going to jump right in, because I don't want to waste any more of your time. Question number 1, how do you need God to fight for you? Well, some of you who know me, you know this about me, but some of you who don't know me, you don't know this about me. But I have dealt with depression at different times in my life, and usually at those times, again, for those people who know me, I'm pretty easygoing, I love to have fun, I love to make jokes, I love to just kind of joke around. But when I'm depressed, those kind of things don't happen, or if they do, I'm faking it, and so it drains me a lot more. So with this whole COVID-19, I was doing really good until almost the end, when it just kind of all hit me at once, and I started falling in depression, and the colors. And this isn't a cliched thing, but days just kind of lose their color. They're just kind of repetitive over and over again. You're just trying to get to the end of the day so that you can go to sleep and start the next day. But for me personally, when I get depressed, I lose confidence. I start questioning myself a lot more. I don't share my opinions because I don't want to be let down, or I don't want to be put down. And I'm scared to take that risk when normally I'm not scared to take that risk. And then I start wondering, about people who actually care about me. I start thinking, do they actually care? Maybe they're just kind of faking it. Maybe they're just going along it. I know none of this is true, but it's just these thoughts that keep coming into my head. And so this is how I need God to fight for me. I need him to continue to fight for me in this. I'm still dealing with it from day to day. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still there. And so I need to continue to hand that over to God and to let him fight for me in that situation. And so I hope that encourages some of you, to let you know that we all go through different things, and we all struggle with things, and we all have, these thoughts that we have to deal with. And so, but I know God's fighting for me. He's fought for me in the past, and we've got victory, and he's fighting for me now, and I know there will be victory. It's just to be able to push through, and to see how God is teaching me through this situation. This is where I was when we realized that we weren't live. I was answering question number 2, and again, I was getting to the main point, the crux of the story, when I figured out, or when Naomi let me know that we weren't actually alive. And so I'm glad I didn't share the crux, because now I get to build up to it again. So anyways, how has God fought for? She is still laughing, and it's hard to stay focused when she's laughing at that. But it's good, because it helps me laugh too. It helps us enjoy. It is funny. It is really funny that we forgot to go live. It is super funny, but it will be a story to share later on. Anyway, question number 2. How has God fought for me in the past? Well, actually, he's fought for Naomi and I in this situation. We used to live in Maine, and in the United States of America, if you are a pastor, you are self-employed, which I still don't understand, but apparently you are. Even though I had a church that employed me, for the tax bracket, I was considered self-employed. And that meant that I had to pay a lot more money for taxes. It's not fair, but it was what it is, and we had to go through it. In fact, my first year there, I had made just over a certain amount, and they wanted a third of my money for taxes. And I was like, are you serious? And it's because I was self-employed, but then I was married, so I was able to claim Naomi, and it got cut in half, but it was still a lot of money. So anyways, this would have been our second year that we were there, and we put away money through the year because we knew we were going to have to pay taxes, but just because of the way how things were going, we didn't spend it on things we didn't need. We were basically living paycheck to paycheck because that's what we had to do, and we saved about $1,800 for taxes, but we knew that wasn't going to be enough. We figured that we were going to need at least double that, but we didn't have the money to give towards that. And so we prayed, and we asked God, we're like, God, you need to fight for us right now, because there's really nothing we can do to get this money. And so a couple days later, I was at a pastor's meeting, and after the meeting, the pastor of the Wesleyan Church and his staff and a couple other pastors brought me into another room, and they handed me an envelope. And I just kind of looked at the envelope and looked back at them and looked at the envelope. I'm like, well, what's this? And they're like, well, we know you, you're going through a rough time, and we wanted to help you out. And I opened it up, and there was a check for $2,000. And I immediately started crying. Like, I just like lost it crying, because they didn't know. They didn't know that we needed that money to pay our taxes, but God knew. And in fact, I heard from them in the, like, they told me afterwards, like, yeah, originally we were going to give you $1,000, but someone spoke up in the meeting and said, no, I think we can do more. And so we gave $2,000, which was the exact amount we needed to pay off our taxes that year. Like, it was mind-boggling. But again, it was just how God fought for us in that situation, because we didn't arrange that. I never told any of them that our financial situation, what we were in, so they didn't know, but God knew, and His Spirit led them to give a certain amount, and that was a certain amount we needed. So that's how He fought for us there. The third question on the list was, who should you fight personally for? I've always felt called in some way or some form to fight for those who are human trafficked. There's all kinds of different people that we can fight for. As Christians, we are called to stand against injustice at all spaces. But personally, I felt a call to help fight those who are trafficked and to help rescue them in some way or form. So we've donated money before in our marriage. When my books were self-published, any of my proceeds that came in, I gave a percentage to help fight against human trafficking. And when I do get my books published again, that will still remain. That some of my proceeds will still go to help fight against human trafficking, because I believe that's who God has asked me to fight for. And it doesn't mean I don't fight for anyone else. It doesn't mean it's like someone comes up to me and is like, oh, I'm dealing with this issue. I'm like, pfft. I don't throw them aside or anything like that. But that's specifically who I feel called to fight for. So if you've answered in the chat, or if you want to answer in the chat, you're more than welcome to right now. Just kind of share maybe your heart about how God has fought for you, or maybe who He's asking you to fight for. Or you can give me a call and we can chat about it. But she's going to bring the questions up again so that you can look at those. And so I'll just give you a couple minutes and to think about it, or maybe to write in the chat. And if nothing happens, we'll move on to our next segment of the night. You want to move on? Who's the only? Yep. All right, we're going to move on to our next segment of the night. If you see this camera here, we're going to be playing this game called Picture This. And so we got these little cards. So I'm actually going to come up a little bit closer to the camera. Yeah.
It's hot.
It is warm in here, and it is affecting my brain. So anyway, I'm going to move up a little bit closer to the camera. We're going to hold up the pictures. You're going to answer in the YouTube chat what you think these are. And then we'll move on. There's about 15 of them. We're just going to have a little fun with this, and then we'll move on to our final segment of the night. All right. Hi. So,
I was like, where is he?
I got stuck on the desk. Yeah. So this is the first picture. Trying to get the right angle. There we go. What do you think this is?
So type in the chat. We're not going to tell you if it's right or wrong until we get some answers. All right.
So we got some answers here.
Spring, clothespin, and a coil.
The answer is clothespins. They call them pegs, but it is clothespins. So good job. Next one. I don't even know. Okay. What is this?
Any thoughts?
I know it looks like Darth Vader, but it isn't Darth Vader.
Back up just a little bit.
Any
We've
answers?
got two answers. Two binder clips. Yes, a massive paper clip thingy.
They call them bulldog clips, but we'll accept paper clips or binder clips or whatever.
Butterfly clip.
Or butterfly clip. That is a very talented dancer right there.
Some will be hard, some will be easy.
This. What is that? I don't even know. And I'm looking at the back.
Back up just a little.
Some of you have probably never even seen one of these things before. Some of you don't even want to touch this thing. What?
Some of you don't want to encounter.
That.
We have cauliflower, sheep brains, some more cauliflower.
You guys are smart. It is cauliflower. Cauliflower. All right. Next one. These things are rare.
Don't give any hints. Cauliflower.
That's what I said.
I know. Avery thinks it's a penny.
Any other answers? I know, it seems a little difficult.
How is Avery cheating?
Well, it says a coin, but it is a penny. It is a penny. Good job.
Great perspective.
Now, some of you like this and some of you don't. Give a guess, doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, this is all just for fun.
We have egg yolk, fish eggs.
I know, I thought they were eggs too.
Well, they could be eggs. You don't know yet.
Soup?
Glazed cherries, sheep brains.
Nope. It's actually baked beans. I love me baked beans, especially with hot dogs. Oh, so good. So yummy.
Yuck.
All right. What is this?
Looks like mold.
It does.
What do we think? Avery thinks it's a peach. And Evan. That last comment is not the official stance of the Amherst Wesleyan Church on beads. Your dad is just now saying clothespin.
Dad, he must be back a bit. This is apples. It's a like little spot near the bottom or the top.
Evan thought pterodactyl. We had pumpkin, flower.
See that little spot right there? That's what they were zooming in on. Next. Oh, if you get this, you are super smart. We have about 5 more seconds. Just put your guess, first gut feeling.
This is a hard one. Give him a few more seconds.
Okay, we'll give you 10 seconds because this one's a little difficult.
John says a button. I like that guess.
That's a good guess, John. It does have a button.
Bullet button. Something on a shoe.
No, it is actually an aerosol can.
So like a little red pen.
All right. Now, if you can get this, this could be anything. This literally could be anything. But it is something specific. Do 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 do.
Too bad there wasn't more than one.
You couldn't eat just one.
Well,
Oh.
I was trying to be like somewhat saying it, but not saying it, but yes.
Give your guesses.
Pumpkin, tan lines, pear.
Tan lines.
Could be.
It's actually
Chips.
Ridge chips.
Woohoo. Lays.
What is it? If someone gets this, I'll do a little dance.
No, they're probably not going to answer at all. What do we think? What do we think?
Give about 5 more seconds for this one.
Evan doesn't want to guess now. Heidi says jeans.
Ooh.
Or thread, denim, jeans.
The answer is thread.
Heidi got it. You got to do your
Good job.
dance.
She
Back
got
up.
it on her second guess.
She
I don't
still
know
got-
if that
oh,
counts.
No, she still got it.
I don't know if that counts. There. Give it a little dance.
Wow.
Next
That was
one.
unimpressive. Oh.
What is that?
What do you think it is? Alicia thinks pencil sharpener. Richard thinks it's a pipe. An ultrasound from Evan. Avery
I
thinks
can see
the thing
that.
on the back of a car, like a muffler.
Muffler? Yeah.
Avery, it could be a muffler.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good guess. But it is.
Pencil sharpener. Good job.
A few more.
What is this? We got 4 more.
washboard, bobby pins. Oh, bobby pins. I never thought of that.
No, if it was bobby pins, it would be at the bottom of like a
Yeah, well,
dryer
Evan
or
thinks it's
washer.
lame, too.
What?
He said lame, Heidi. Paper
I've never
shredder.
seen. I have never seen.
Don't give it yet. Don't give it yet. No one has given the right answer yet.
No, I was gonna say I've never seen hair clips or bobby pins this neatly arranged.
When you first get the package,
Yeah.
that's how they look.
Yeah, maybe when you first get them. I find them everywhere.
Oh, be quiet.
I find them in the car. Find
Find
them.
them in the car.
Find them in the washer, the dryer, on the floor. All right, the answer is
No one got it.
staples.
Staples.
Next. Bam.
Apparently, we're good amusement.
Who's enjoying us?
Heidi. Well, they probably all are.
We're just trying to make you laugh on these hot nights because,
Yeah.
man, you probably are staying cool right now, but we're boiling in this place.
Because the fan would.
I think my sweat has sweat. What do you think this one is?
We've got guitar, a board. Compliments of John Officer.
He's not wrong.
Guitar strings.
It is guitar. Oh, there we go. What is this one? Maybe you'll get lucky.
Oh. Type in your answers. Got a couple saying that is a dice or a die.
All right, and the answer is dice. Good job. Two more. What is this? I actually think you guys will get this one pretty quick.
Well, it depends on how consistently they see it.
It's true. It's true.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Fiber optics.
It is a toothbrush. And our final one. I almost showed you the wrong side. What is this?
Last one.
Five.
Is that toothpicks? The bottom of a delt pit? Delt? I don't even know what that is. A deadly pit.
That's what I was thinking too when I saw it. The bottom of a deadly pit. I was like, something Indiana Jones avoided? But it's
I
actually
thought it was spaghetti.
toothpicks. Good job, everyone. All right, we are going to move on to our final segment, and we're just going to get that set up here. So just stay tuned for a second. We're going to have a video call with Pastor Evan about some new exciting things happening here at Amherst Wesleyan Church. Perfect. Can you hear me, Evan?
Can everyone
Perfect.
hear both Evan and Jamin?
Yeah, just. Yep. You should be up on the screen now.
Yep.
All right. So, Pastor Evan, do you want to share with us some exciting things that are going to be going on here at Amherst Wesleyan Church in the next couple months?
Avery said she can't hear Evan.
Do you have the desktop? Just a second, Evan.
Everything's on. Desktop, mic. Yep, there's.
Just a second, I gotta run over the computer.
Yes, everything's on. We'd rather see Benjamin. I guess you can hear that. Oh, Benjamin.
Can you try speaking again, Evan?
Because it was working with Dave, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Still trying to figure it out.
Try speaking now, Evan.
Speaking now. I'm speaking now. Can you hear me?
Let us know in the chat if you can hear that.
Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Is anyone out there? Is anyone? Is anyone out there at all?
Okay, we'll bring up.
Take the phone off.
Yeah. And just bring up the webcam.
The window capture.
Yep. Evan, are you still there?
I'm here, but I can't see him.
I am still there.
Okay.
Are you still here?
Yep.
Richard says he doesn't mind that he's not seeing.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah, one of the settings got changed because technology likes to just change itself.
It was working.
So, anyways, now that they can hear both of us, Evan,
Yay.
do you want to share some exciting things that are happening at Amherst Wesleyan moving ahead?
I can share some things about what's happening. I don't know how exciting they are.
Oh, I think they're exciting.
First off, I can't see what's in the chat, so you'll have to tell me. But put in the chat if you did look at the announcement that was in the newsletter last week, or that has been posted on our website or is on our YouTube channel, this YouTube channel, about our long-term pandemic strategy. Has anybody looked at that? Anybody at all?
Let me know.
Yeah, let me know. Let Jamin know so he can let me know.
Yeah, a couple people have said yes.
All right. So that is basically what we're trying to implement starting now and hoping to move forward with some more serious support systems in the fall, because we wanted to create something that's scalable and still effective without burning out our volunteers and without exhausting our leaders. And our leaders are pretty exhausted as is, considering we've had to learn a whole bunch of stuff and do things brand new, and we're still having to do a bunch of new stuff. And it's not as simple as just getting a few people at a building and we feel good. Because if you're looking at 100, 150 people, plus 12 or 20 volunteers for each service, you're looking at like 4 or 5 services to try to get everybody in. And then some people still aren't safe in those situations. And so it's very complicated. And so we wanted to create something that was scalable.
Yeah.
So that regardless of what happens, until we're able to go back to doing things the way we used to do them, something that is effective, meaningful, and valuable, that can grow and shrink according to whatever the regulations are, and try to figure out ways to really support you on this journey. So those of you that have watched it or checked it out, do you have any questions? I'm going to keep talking until Jamin interrupts me with a question. So, or Naomi interrupts Jamin to interrupt me with a question. But this is basically what we want. I want some feedback. I want to know if you guys have any questions about it or concerns about it, so that we can have a little bit of dialogue. But basically, we wanted to create something that would scale. And so we are hoping to implement something called mobile sites that allow us to continue doing church in our own homes, and as regulations allow, inviting people into our homes and making our homes our church. Because we don't believe that there is a single temple that God lives in, and we need to go to that place. No, the church is simply a gathering place for people who are the temple of God. God is with us, and that our bodies are his temple. And so we want to create church wherever we are, and these mobile sites become those mobile, moving sites where believers, followers of Jesus, gather together and do church. And
so I have a question, Evan.
Sure.
Are these mobile sites just for Christians, or can we invite our friends to come out to them who maybe have questions about church or things like that?
Well, that's one of the great things about this, is that if you've got a bit of a base of believers, or even just you, then it is a very simple way to say, hey, I'm a mobile site for my church. You want to come over and watch it with me, and then we'll have a barbecue afterwards. The whole concept of this is that everything that the church normally does would be produced in your home. And so we invite people that aren't believers, or people that don't know Jesus or are curious about Jesus. We invite them to church. And so absolutely invite them into your home, invite them into your life, and invite them to share with you in this journey and this questions of faith. And all they got to do is they got to sit with you for an hour, watch me probably make fun of me half the time, and they might learn something in the meantime. And then you you eat with them, and you have a discussion about God and Christ and what that means and how it's affected you. And we're actually really hoping that this is more effective than even doing things like we used to do it. That was a really long way of saying, yes, it's for everybody.
And that's why, like, we've been implementing these questions at the end of the sermon, and they're good segue points. Like, after the service is over, be like, hey, let's discuss these questions, because some people who may come to the mobile site may never have wrestled with this or even thought about it before, and so this gives them an opportunity to really engage in that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know it can be intimidating to invite someone personally to your home where it's a little bit more of an intimate setting and you're having these conversations, and it can be easier to actually invite them to church. And some people like the anonymity of being able to show up at church, sit in the back row, and check things out. Um, but I think the personal connection of saying, "Hey, do you want to come over to my house with me?" And sharing something that's valuable to me and meaningful to me. Um, would you be a friend and share that with me? You don't have to believe it, but check it out with me. I think is a powerful statement that we shouldn't be afraid of. We should embrace, and and we'll have some other projects and things going on too for anyone that's curious and doesn't doesn't necessarily want to show up at your house.
Mm.
Um, but I think it's a powerful statement, a powerful connection that we need to learn how to embrace and 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 make that statement to others, and how meaningful that statement can be to them, that you care enough about them that you want to share something as serious and significant as this in your life with them.
Mm.
So
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing how these roll out, especially over the next
see me,
what? Seeing you. We're excited.
Ivy's staring at me.
Oh. But we're excited to share in this experience. Like, people who aren't going to be doing this alone. They're not going to be left alone with the mobile site. Um, they're going to be we're coming alongside them as a church and as a leadership team to help them out with these sites, so that it feels like you're having church in your home, because that's really what it's meant to be, a church there at your house. So yeah, we're excited to see how these roll out. Is there anything else you want to add before we end off for the night?
Well, here's the thing. I could go on and on and on and on and on. Actually, the YouTube video that I presented about the plan is like 20 minutes or 26 minutes, or it goes on a long time. So you probably don't want me to just keep going on and on. Just go watch the video
Yeah.
and then email me if you have any questions.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thank you, Pastor Evan, for coming on and sharing with this tonight. And we'll hear from you a little
It's
bit
a
later.
baby.
See ya, Benjamin. See you later. All right. So we're just going to end off our night. Thank you for coming out, and thank you for biding with us near the beginning where we had a little hiccup. But again, remind you, next week is our final Amherst Live for the summer. And we're taking a break just so we can kind of figure out some things, how we want to do this in the fall again, and get some feedback from you guys. If you guys have any feedback about how Amherst Live has been going, we'd love to hear from you. You can send a message to Jamin Melanson on Facebook or Naomi Melanson on Facebook, and you can let us know.
Or
Any ideas you think of. Just be careful with what ideas you do give, because that might mean I might ask you to help with those ideas. But yeah, we're open to hearing from you. But next week is our final Amherst Live on Canada Day. We've been doing this special interviews with kids and adults about who's the smarter, who's smarter than an Amherst kid. And we've been asking some Canada questions. And
who's the smarter?
yeah, not who's the smarter. Anyways, you're not gonna want to miss it. It's super funny. It's gonna be great. But next week is Canada Day on Wednesday, so we're going live at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. next week, July 1st, Wednesday. We'll be live here on our channel, and we'll be sharing the answers and have some good laughs. And that way, when we're done, you can go about your Canada Day, whether you want to go to the beach or hang out with some friends and family. But we're excited, The town's also doing some stuff. You can go to Amherst Recreation on Facebook, and you can find out what they're doing for Canada Day. But yeah, have a great night, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Stay nice and cool. Do whatever you can. See you for now.